Wagwan, everybody. Welcome to Don't Get Hit with a Brick. And obviously, you know that last week, obviously, I seen Michael Jackson film. I did a little bit of a theory and a breakdown, deep dive into the allegations that he was facing before his death, and apparently conspiracy onto why he died as well. So I did quite a lot of information digging, a lot of digging in regards to that story, and I came across a bit more information which kind of helps flesh out some of the stuff that I missed, and help kind of just piece together all the puzzles. Because, you know, sometimes you might watch videos and you think, but why didn't it talk about this, why didn't it talk about that? It's because I'm new to journalism, I'm new to being a content creator, and sometimes I don't have all the facts. So as time goes on, I came across a bit more facts. So let's just do a little bit of a refresher. If you guys haven't already seen the last music video, if you haven't seen the last Michael Jackson video, obviously you can go check it out now. It's 40 minutes long, so it's a really deep dive, and you can come back to this one. Otherwise, I'll do a quick refresher for you guys so you guys can get the gist of what I have to say. So 13 years, 14 charges, 0 convictions. So why does the world still think he's guilty? Obviously, the world doesn't think he's guilty. This is just a narrative that the media perpetrates because they obviously want to tarnish Michael Jackson's legacy. But his legacy must be protected at all costs, because that man was the biggest. He was the closest thing to a king that we've had in our era to this day. So 1993, Michael Jackson settled a civil claim for 20 million. His legal team calculated fighting in court would cost 30 to 40 million. In legal fees alone and forced cancellation of the Dangerous World Tour. The settlement included 0 admission of guilt, but the media reported it as one. A financial calculation was made on legal advice, and public memory. Proof of guilt was in public memory. So let's just do a little summary of that. So in 1993, Michael Jackson settled a civil claim because he was being they were seeking 20 million from him, but then the lawyer said it was going to cost up to 40 million. So altogether, it would cost him 60 million to basically fight this case if he lost, and then obviously 40 million if he wins. Yeah, which is basically double how much he would have to pay anyway. So it didn't make sense for him to basically fight this case because it cancelled his tour, and that would be his supplement for him to basically make money to even fight the case and to do other things in the future if anything else was to keep happening to him. So they gave him advice. His lawyers gave him advice to stay, to basically settle outside of court. And obviously settling outside of court doesn't mean you're guilty. It's not an admission of guilt. Obviously in the 21st century now, which we're living in now, people are more forgiving to a settlement because they kind of understand the law a little bit more, whereas back in the days, the media, whatever the media says is facts. Yeah. And then before 1993, allegations Evan Chandler was recorded negotiating a business deal with Michael Jackson. Jackson refused. Chandler said on tape, "If I go through with this, I win big time." What the 2005 criminal trial actually produced, I don't really understand what this one had to do. Oh, this is probably one of the accusers. And then every accuser prosecuted could find brought forward. So everyone that accused Michael Jackson of any wrongdoing was brought forward. The Neverland was raided, evidence was presented, and Jackson's entire life put under the microscope. But then the jury of 12 found him not guilty on 14 counts. FBI investigated for 13 years, found nothing. The jury believed him, and the FBI believed him. But those FBI file. So obviously, everyone that had a beef with Michael Jackson came to court. The jury found him not guilty on all 14 counts. The FBI became public in 2009. The media barely covered it. No, not guilty verdict on 14 counts received less coverage than the original accusations. Wade Robinson testified under oath in 2005 that Jackson never abused him. In 2013, after his career stalled, he was denied a job and reversed his course entirely. So basically, how many years later? So in 2005, he came out forward, and then 2013, 8 years later, he said that he went back on what he said. Robertson and James Shunak are now demanding 400 million from Jackson's companies. Their civil trial is set for November 2026. Leaving Neverland 2 aired March 2025, right before the trial. A third documentary is already confirmed to the film. The trial itself, when it happens, the director said he hopes that the estate will not find a way to prevent the trial from ever reaching court. The Michael Jackson, who said that? The director. Michael Jackson biopic releases, so that's already out. Settlement is not a conviction, so this is now AI doo-doo now. Yeah, so that's a in a nutshell of what Michael Jackson was going through. But then obviously we had a lot more of what people have to say. So this is kind of painting a bigger picture on about what was going on behind closed doors with Michael Jackson. But before I go deep into that, I want to show you guys that I do music. My EP, Trap Love EP, is out right now. So please go click the link in the description and check out Trap Love right now, please. This is what you'll be into.
Connections wireless, don't have no boss, can't fire us. She see the P, she's eyeing us. About my green like the Irish. Text and subscribe, they signing up. My line is long, they lining up. Your pussy tight is fine as fuck. Won't let you loose, I tie you up. This connection is Bluetooth. They chatting bad doo-doo. You know I won't use you, this metal's like ooh. It's going right through you. That's right, it's true. You don't act fool-fool. Pack hard like noodles. Fuck up the truck is brutal. Fixie bang juju. Cat make a man cuckoo. Cat sleep like fruit. If you wanna be with a boss, that's me. Yeah. I can realize.
So that's my EP out right now. So guys, go stream that. Go stream that. Go stream that. But yeah, back to the main video.
Forward to the Michael Jackson movie, but me being a political scientist, Art, you know why I want to see it. And I want to see it to see if they address the truth of the murder. You feel me? Are they going to deal with the fact that the child molestation accusations grew out of Michael Jackson's intent to purchase Marvel Comics? Are they going to tie them two together? Right? Are they going to tie the fact that him owning that Beatles catalog, which basically made him a 50% owner of Sony Records, had a lot to do with why he got unalived? Are they going to deal with that? Are they going to deal with the fact that the reason he went on tour or was preparing to go on tour was to pay off his debt to Sony so he would not have to give up his ownership of the Beatles catalog? My thing, are they going to deal with the truth of the threat Michael Jackson posed to the music industry? That's what I want to know. If they're not going to deal with the truth and they're only going to deal with the, the popularity of Mike, the impact he had on fans worldwide, don't we already know that? Like, I don't need to see a movie. I lived that. I lived Michael Jackson's life. I was a Michael Jackson maniac, Art. I had the gloves, I had the socks, the shoes, I had the jackets. We used to compete. I was named after Jermaine Jackson, by the way. You know what I mean? So I knew everything about Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? He's an August baby like me, but he's a Virgo, not a Leo. My whole room used to be Michael Jackson. So, I mean, I want to learn something new. I want to learn something new when I see this movie. If I'm not going to learn something new, I'm still going to support it, His nephew is playing him, it's a positive thing, Jermaine's son, you know what I mean? I'm still going to support it because I'm a Jackson's family fan, but if I don't learn anything new and if they don't deal with the politics of the murder, then I'm going to say this was kind of, not what I needed personally. Most people, all they want is the hype and the hoopla. But for me, I want them to connect some dots.
And he's not the only person to say that. A lot of people have been saying the same thing, me included. So the part one, it is exactly what he said. It was just the hoopla, the popularity that everybody already knew. But for someone like me that didn't live through Michael Jackson, I think I was 8 when he died. So I didn't get the chance to actually experience being his fan. I more became a fan after the fact. But it was good for me because I got to experience and find out what was going on, how he became who he was, you know what I'm saying? But then now all the hoopla that was going on with Michael Jackson is what is most important. So let's go into the hoopla. So this is some of the information that was left behind. So even with the Dr. Umar Jackson Johnson video, I didn't realize he was going to purchase Marvel Comics. So again, that feeds into, again, if you've watched my previous video, that goes into the concept of he's becoming a world power. He's becoming a global superpower now because he owns half of one of the biggest music record labels in the world, Cat Publishing, and then he's going to own the biggest comic company in the world. What is that? Like, Next, he's gonna buy a media company. Next, he's gonna buy a TV production company. He would have been probably one. Yeah, he would have been. He is and would have been the biggest fighter against the political evil agenda of this world, and that's why they killed him. But yeah, allegedly.
Sony's publishing. Every time Beyonce and Jay-Z make a song, Michael was getting a check. I bought the Beatles.
Yeah.
While I'm doing the video with the Beatles. That's gangster.
Right.
Michael walks with Paul McCartney. You gonna sell the Beatles? How much you sell them for? Oh, I don't know. Both 60 million. Wow, that's a lot of money. That motherfucker go right to his trailer and get his people on the phone. Paul don't find out till the next fucking day Michael done bought the Beatles. That motherfucker come on and say, how can you buy Beatles? How can you buy Beatles? He said 60, I gave you 64.
So my man even overpaid. That's something I didn't realize. He wanted to be genuine about the purchase.
That's a lot of money. The girl is mine.
Your publishing's mine.
This nigga's a gangster, nigga. I own Sony's.
And then this is what Michael Jackson. Let's go on to the actual stance, official stance of Michael Jackson before we close up this video.
That I'm not. That's how we were raised. And I didn't sleep in the bed with the child. Even if I did, it's okay. I slept on the floor. I gave the bed to the child. I said I slept in the bed. Even if I did sleep in the bed, it's okay. I am not going to do anything sexual to a child. It's not where my heart is. I would slit my wrist first. I would never do anything like that. That's not Michael Jackson, I'm sorry. That's someone else. It's people with a dirty mind that think like that. I don't think that way. That's not me.
Are you a pedophile?
Press is so hard on me here, and I try to do so good. I go to the hospital, I get present to the children. As soon as I leave, the next day they go wacko jacko left the hospital and he ignored all the children. It hurt my heart. If it wasn't for children, I would throw in the towel. I would kill myself. I wouldn't care to live. They give me my inspiration. They inspire me. Everything I do, every song I write, the dance, everything that I do. They tried to use it against me. It's so unfair, and I'm very upset about it,
Michael was much more.
So this is Louis Farrakhan. He's the leader of the Nation of Islam in America, and obviously he's a Muslim man. Michael Jackson was a Christian, I believe. So for a Muslim to back a Christian, yeah, it says a lot.
Song and dance. Michael was a heart that beat for the love of humanity. Michael wanted to fight the powers that were controlling him and trying to steal his legacy. Michael was a wise young man when he bought for 35 million, I think it was,
45 million.
the
45.
master recordings of his own music.
Oh, okay. If that's his rosters.
Half of a 750,000 song catalog that includes music by the Beatles, Elvis Presley, Bob Dylan, the Staple Singers, Neil Diamond, and the Jonas Brothers. That means anytime they play any of those songs, he gets paid. That catalog that he had is worth more than $1 billion. And naturally, see, what you don't understand about the enemy, when they fear you, the first thing they must do
It's destroy your character.
your reputation.
Yep.
Then destroy your wealth. And if you're still alive, we can have him then.
You're gonna be a pedophile.
You know, so there you have it, bro. That's what Michael Jackson had. That's what Michael Jackson was going through. He was a freedom fighter in his own way. That he kept it quiet. He kept his struggle quiet in regards to what he was actually doing realistically for the betterment of humanity. And we only have his legacy to remember and his family members to tell his story. And obviously his family members ain't the best people, but everyone has their flaws. I have my flaws. You have your flaws. Everyone's family has their own flaws. So it's just that they're on the public stage. So let's cut everyone some slack and let's just support Michael Jackson and let's fight for the truth and let's make sure Michael Jackson does not get found guilty to give these fucking people that's trying to teeth him money. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for tuning in to Don't Get Hit with a Brick. And I'll see you in the next one.